his daughter. Give him peace and strength through this time of sorrow. Heavenly Father, we thank you for letting us know Sarah, because she always worked hard at her jobs and gave more than was expected of her. And we ask you to bless his family and bless the little daughter and let her come up and be strong and excel in whatever she goes to. And we give you the praise in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, if you would. Start there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one
One
nation
nation under
under
God.
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And at night, when you're saying prayers, it'd be good to say it for the Sheriff family. They're a quality family. They've been here years and years, even Leon. So appreciate that. All right, let's have a roll call.
Trustee Anthony's here. Trustee Calhoun. Trustee Cross.
Here.
Trustee Reed. Here. Vice Chairman Shear. Chairman Thorpe.
Yeah. Okay, presentations. Awarded grant for the Durant Main Street.
Okay. We have to go get a picture.
Let's go. You gotta all go now.
Oh, I have an afro today.
Yeah, I do too. Thank you, weather.
Thank you, weather. You dressed up like you was gonna go somewhere. Is this reason that you dressed up is because of this presentation?
This is what I wear every day.
Is that what you did? You dressed up for the presentation?
We'll just start tomorrow. They're taking a picture, so we'll just start. They're taking a picture, so we'll just start tomorrow. See you in the morning.
I bet.
Well, we sure appreciate y'all because y'all are just pure tourism on that rodeo, and we appreciate you a bunch. Okay, number 2, discuss and consider approval of minutes, March 30th, 2021, regular minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion to improve,
I'll say.
Oh, go ahead.
and Debbie,
Nope, sorry.
who's doing it, Debbie or?
Either one will be fine. Let Debbie just write it down.
Okay.
Oh,
Any more discussion? No more discussion? Need a roll call?
Trustee Anthony, yes. Trustee Calhoun, absent, I'm sorry. Trustee Cross.
Yes.
Trustee Reed.
Yes.
Trustee Thorpe.
Yes. Okay, then we'll go down to number 3, review DTEDA financial reports, February 2021. Anybody got any questions or anything over that?
I can't hear her.
Oh, she can't hear. It's not on, I don't think. Hello? There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, the February 2021 report is in the packet. It looks like for February, we brought in 23,887 for a total this year of 246,601. And in February, we spent, looks like right at 23,704. And the detailed report from the city and from in-office is also included. If anybody has any questions.
Just a comment on our lodging revenue tax. It looks like we're still running roughly $10,000 a month less than we had been collecting prior to COVID. So,
See, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, the COVID brought us down some, and we're getting some business, but we're having to we're having to discount the prices on the room to get those businesses.
Yeah, not on
You
the
know that,
weekends, though,
us
yeah.
and you both are having to do the same thing.
well,
We're
weekends
probably
have
to the
been,
tune of about $15, $20 less per night.
Well, we actually increased our ADR year over year, $10.
Yeah.
well, and we've
But
been,
on the weekends, no, that's not.
our occupancy rate for the last 3 weekends has been very good
Yes.
overall,
Yeah.
very
Yes.
good. So I'm hoping that next one will be up a little bit.
Well, and they're supposed to have, I don't know if this is appropriate time, 50 concerts between now and the end of the year.
Yes, yes.
Okay, but that will start at the end of May or the first, it's in June.
May
is when it starts, right?
31st, I
Uh-huh.
think, around that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so we're supposed to have how many concerts?
50.
That's a bunch. We've never done that.
So jack your prices up on those concert dates.
Do what?
Be sure you tell Brenda to jack her prices up on those dates. If
Yeah.
she needs them, I'll send them to her.
Yeah.
So for the ones that I printed, they're in here, page 18.
So that's, okay, so the next one, are you ready? Any other questions on the report? Okay, number 4, discuss and consider approval of electing a new treasurer for the DTEDA.
So Brandon Johnson, sorry, my sinuses have been really bad. So Brandon Johnson was our authority member through the Durant Industrial Authority, and he has had to resign from that authority, which in turn, of course, takes him off of ours. So the Industrial Authority is working on choosing who they would want to be placed on our authority in his place. And so since he was our treasurer, and we did approve last month to have the treasurer sign all of the invoices, we do need to name a new treasurer. Now it is also almost time in June is when we should be doing our annual election of all of our officers. So this would be possibly a temporary position until June.
So who's being the second signature on the checks now?
Well, we need to elect a new treasurer to do
It was
that.
Brandon.
Because it was Brandon, and he
Yes,
is
I
no
know it was,
longer.
but he's not signing this.
Would it be possible, I'm sorry, I was off. Would it be possible for us to just, if Debbie was willing to do that, just combine that for the 2 months that we have left? There's nothing in the bylaws or in the trust that I can find that says that can't be done.
I don't.
There's nothing I
I-
read. Do you know of
Okay.
anything? Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that if Debbie is willing to do that we go ahead and let her step into that
You think,
spot.
would it be better,
until-
wouldn't it be better just to leave it like it is? I mean, if we have a treasurer gone?
No, because we need a treasurer to be the second signature on all of our invoices.
So nothing's gonna move forward if we don't.
So could we ask John a question again? You see any problem with that at all? Okay. Okay, so we're going to let Debbie do it for interim the next
Well,
couple of months.
I think we need to vote on it, but yes, I would nominate Debbie to take that position for the next 2 months.
Do we want to do that, or why don't we just elect her to be the treasurer?
Because we'll be doing a complete officer,
It's not
election in
Yeah.
June, and so,
We have to do the formal election in June of
Yes.
everyone, so.
Okay, so you're gonna make a motion, what?
That Debbie takes it for the next 2
Just at
months
the end.
until fiscal year 21-22 begins in
Okay.
July.
And do we have a second on that?
I'll second it.
Okay, Tammy seconds it. Okay, we have roll call. Tammy will be here the next couple months. We need
I
roll
guess
call.
I have to not vote, right?
No, you can vote.
Oh, yes. Trustee Calhoun, I'm sorry, trustee Cross,
Yes.
trustee Reed,
Yes,
Chairman Thorpe.
Yes. Yeah, if you don't vote, it doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, so now we're going to number 5. Let me hold up on number 5 for just a second. We always have the Choctaw Nation Tourism Department. Is he here now, Nathan?
yeah. Nathan and Joe both are here.
Let's go ahead and put that right for number 5, and that way he can move out of here instead of keeping him to last. Are you there now,
Can you hear me?
Nathan?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Is Nathan here?
You said you.
Yes, he said yes. He can
Okay.
hear.
Okay.
Nathan, could you
I was just.
give us a report on Choctaws?
Oh well, what we have right now is, of course, y'all heard that we are doing concerts again, starting. The earliest one that we have on Facebook is June 4th, and that's Eric Church. And then we reached out to Cultural Center to see if they have any news on when they're officially going to open. They're still waiting on confirmation as well. So that's honestly all we have for right now.
So you don't know when the opening date will be for the new hotel?
No, we haven't had no confirmation on that either. But it's moving along pretty fast, it looks like.
And so how many concerts are y'all gonna have this year? Are you looking at 40 or 50?
They haven't shared that with us. All we know is just by what we've seen on Facebook, and like I said, the earliest one that we've seen is June 4th. But they haven't shared any of that information with us. I think it's still kind of a toss-up in a way right now for because of COVID and everything. And luckily enough, the numbers are going down, but they're still wanting to play it safe right now by what I'm seeing.
What about the business at your hotels? Are they staying fairly good, or is it down since COVID hit?
Those stats I honestly haven't reached out for. I haven't got any of those stats from our casino at all.
Okay. Have any more questions for Nathan? Nathan, we appreciate you coming in and letting us know what the Choctaws are doing, and we'll see you next meeting.
Hey, anytime I enjoy being here, so I will see y'all next round as well. Thank y'all.
Okay, thank you.
Joe is also here.
Do what?
Joe McDaniels, who's the director
Oh,
of
it is.
tourism, is also here.
She's actually she joined the meeting, but she had a call that she had to get from from one of our partners, so she had to take off for a quick minute. So I apologize on that, on her still showing that she's in the meeting right now.
Okay. All right, we thank you for the information.
Anytime. Y'all have a good one.
Okay. Okay, number 5, discuss and consider approval of fall concert.
And it is on page 18. Basically, what this would be is something that would be totally the Discover to Rent funding that would be utilized for it. It would be our brand. It would be the concert that we would move forward. It would be a 6-week, what we are proposing is that we do it in a 6-week, and understand, this would be from this authority. So what that would mean is Overdrive Entertainment would probably be the one that we select to do to do whatever, but contract with, but we would be the one making sure that it was presented, that it got taken off, that we had whatever it was, the police authority get the permission from the city to block off Market Square. Whatever is needed, it would have to come forth from the Discover Durant brand that we are, from this authority. With that being said, we would like to propose that we do a 6-week series beginning August let me look real quick. Got too many dates scribbled down here. It would begin August the 26th, going the entire month of September. We would like to co-op with the college, and they are very much on board, and rotating from the Market Square to come in. The days have passed of being able to get people to volunteer to hold these things.
Yeah.
And most of the ones that would be contracted do have merchandise that they will be selling. I don't know about the contract with that. It will be on an individual basis if we get a take of that or if we don't.
And who are the artists we're looking at getting?
Well, there's gonna be a variety of different artists that will be there, different venues. Country is always huge in this area, but soul, rock and roll, there's so many different genres that are out there that they can either mix it or they can, we can specify, we would like mostly country acts on this night and go that away with it. But they would be responsible, they being Overdrive Entertainment, would be responsible for booking those and making sure that they were here to present. That contract would be between Overdrive and the artist.
And so who are going to be overseeing this music series?
Discover Durant, the tourism authority would be. And since we're the ones that you put in a management position, the chamber would step up and make sure that they happened. None of these fundings, just for clarification, none of these fundings would be coming to the chamber. Every bit of this would be going for the event itself.
So
Unless you want to give us something, and if you do, we'll gladly take it. But,
Well, I know Overdrive does that it's his living, so I know he's very knowledgeable about it and what all he's done, so.
well, there's a summer
I would
series.
trust him.
Yeah, there's a summer series that's done for both Sherman and Denison.
Yes.
That's why we think with our college audience and trying to pull them
A
into
good
the
idea about the
downtown
college audit. Mhm.
area, that's gonna be very important that we try to do that. John, do you foresee any problem if we try to block off? Okay, that would be
In the
the only thing
evening.
that I would think that we would, we're not responsible for even chairs or anything like that, just the stage, and they would be equipping the stage with what was needed. The seating would be lawn chairs that they bring in. We would not even be responsible
Yeah,
for
that's the way Sherman-
setting up.
Mhm.
So it's
Not
going to be on
including
Thursday or Friday or Saturday night.
Thursday night.
So this is similar to what Donna Dow was doing when she was over the Main Street or whatever it is.
No, Donna had guests in, but they were not paid.
I know,
And the problem was, she never knew if they were gonna show
Sure.
up or not.
sure.
When you have a contract with them, they move. For some reason, they wanna get paid, Jim. I don't understand that, but they do.
Well, you have a penalty for it if they don't show up. So this first time, what are we looking at? Looking at 75,000 or what about the 100,000? Discussion on that?
Say do 50,000 in this budget and then 50,000 in the 21-22 budget. So it wouldn't come out of 1 year's budget.
Sure. That would be the $100,000 one, right?
Right.
If it's the 75, it'll be less, right?
In my
Part of it would
opinion,
come
if
out.
you're gonna give go ahead and give the other 25% and get better acts in here. Well, Sherman has been very successful. That little girl, Main Street, she used to be my salesperson, so I know she's a go-getter. But that has been very successful down in Sherman.
Boy, you're generous, aren't you?
No, I just know how it's helped their community too, so
Yeah.
and Thursday night, that's good, cause you will have the college crowd here.
Well, and I think it's not only the college crowd, but with sporting events on Friday night and Saturday both, it would actually deter from that. And I think rotating it is a good invitation to pull those college students in.
Sure.
Normally, most of the on-campus that are living there take off on Friday, so Thursday night will give them the opportunity to be able to be flexible enough to be in both places.
Tammy, I'd like to have your input.
Well, I'm kind of leaning toward doing the $100,000 one. I think it's a great idea. It's going to pull a lot of people downtown. And if it's good enough acts, then I think you will have people stay in the hotels especially for the Thursday night, for sure. I think it's a great idea.
And there would be no charge for the concert. It would be free to the public.
Yeah, Jim, you consider that, cause with 25,000 more people are gonna come from out of town and not just the ones in town to watch the bigger acts that would cost.
The better the band. Yeah.
Well, and also, it's not going to interfere with any of the concerts that Choctaw has already booked for the Grand Theater as well. Because all
No.
of their venues are on Friday and Saturday night.
So the artist and probably some of their fans would be coming in to stay in hotels and restaurants and all that, right?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. If it's a Thursday night and the big star they're coming to see is Friday night, they might book a room Thursday night just to go see our band here downtown.
Any more discussion? No discussion, have a motion?
I'll make a motion to, approval of the fall concert series at the $100,000.
Okay. so
And I'll
you make- Who's the second? Tammy?
Tammy.
All right, have a vote. Roll call.
Trustee Anthony, yes. Trustee Cross?
Yes.
Trustee Reed?
Yes,
Chairman Thorpe?
Yes. All right, then let's go to discuss and consider approval of new event board magnets.
Actually, if it's okay with you, Mr. Chairman, Clay Toma with Marketing Techs has gotten here for his report on
And what
informational
number?
item.
What's the page number?
His report is on page. His report starts on page 22. But if it's
22.
okay to let him go ahead of these?
Hmm?
If it's okay, I was gonna let him go ahead and do his report.
he's on item number 8, Jim.
Do what?
He's on item number 8.
Yes,
Okay.
he's on item number 8, so.
How are you today?
It's fine.
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. So I wanted to give a brief overview of the March report and then answer any questions that you may have. So, and not just March's report, but actually how we're doing the digital marketing. So as you can see, I think, do they have this imagery in their report? The step-by-step process? Okay. So with the way that our digital ads work is we mainly right now are focusing on Google Ads, and we're targeting the Choctaw Casino and Resort area, people coming into that resort from the DFW area. Now, anybody that's searching for places to eat or places to stay will then see those ads that we're serving them. At that point, I mean, obviously they click through the ad, they go to the website, They have buyer intent, which means they're already wanting to stay somewhere. You know, their rooms obviously at Choctaw are way too expensive, and they're wanting to stay somewhere more reasonable, or just find a good place to eat in Durant. So we're trying to bring them in that way. For the month of March, there was 771 clicks from the ads that we served them. That came to 91 cents per click per person interested in staying at a hotel or eating somewhere in Durant. About 65% of the ads we served went to the hotel ads. So the point that I would make to that is anybody staying in Durant is more likely then to eat there or spend money elsewhere in Durant once they're, once they're here. So it's pretty straightforward. On an almost daily basis, we optimize these ads to make sure that what people are searching for, they're actually getting served a good ad, and then they're also getting retargeted with other, took it upon ourselves to do the extra work and create pages that would actually perform better, so we could get you that cost per click down to around $1 range.
So your improved ad placement and retargeting, if it's not working somewhere, you're retargeting at another place? Explain that.
Which section are you looking at? Sorry, say that again.
Do what?
Which one, Jim, are you talking about?
It says improved ad placement and retargeting, I guess.
Yeah, retargeting is essentially, so placement is where they see the ad. So sometimes when people search, like I said on Google, when they're searching for a place to eat and stay, it's where they're seeing that ad. So that's like, usually you'll see 3 ads at the top. So part of that quality score is where your ad shows. And then also on retargeting, like, you go to some websites and you'll actually see little ad banners on the sides and things like that, of that nature. We want to make sure to hit the people that, would convert the most, would actually click through the website, would be interested in coming to Durant.
Sure. How many times a month do you get online and watch what's going on all this website? Do you look at it every day or every week or what?
As far as Google Ads, we optimize those almost on a daily basis.
Mhm.
We have to watch for negative keywords and make sure the search terms are, like I said, the proper type of search terms that would serve the correct ad for what they're looking for.
Okay.
One of the things that I was having some problems with, and Clay actually watched the last, was it YouTube, I guess, that whatever they produce it on. And anyway, he came in to talk to me, and he answered every question that I had. One of the things was the cost mechanism that was being used. and that was the total cost of the advertisement, and that's based on the number of clicks. And after he explained it to me, I certainly understood a lot better on how he's doing that and this information that we are getting with that as far as the geofencing itself is.
So how much is it costing us per every click?
It's about, for the month of March, it does change, it fluctuates per month. For the month of March, it was 91 cents per click. So if somebody's searching for a place to stay in Durant, I don't know what the average hotel rate is, but if it costs 91 cents for that person to find a hotel room, I think they'd pay all day for that.
Yeah. Any more questions? Okay,
All right?
Thank you, Clay, I appreciate
I'll
it.
pay
Sure do.
91 cents all day long to get a hotel.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
all right, so we went back to the market and tech report, and now we're going back up to the new event board magnets, discuss and consider that. So, what page is that on?
It is on page 19. Clay made it taller. Okay.
Okay.
So the magnetic board that we have out on the median near KFC, you know, we originally bought those magnets that says advertise your event here, and then had the phone number to us at the chamber to contact. And we originally ordered 4, so that one would be on both the top and the bottom on both sides of it. 2 of them have already been ripped and torn, and the ones that are up there are hanging on by a thread. I'm scared to touch them. So we would like to, we are requesting to order 4 more of those magnets, just with the advertise your event here and the phone number. And the price from Sign Depot is on page 19 there in your packet, so it would be $149.36 for all 4 of them.
Is very many people advertising on that anymore?
Yes, actually, we have 3 that are in production to go up.
You did?
Don't
Yes.
Because there's about
we-
3 of them that was empty for about a month or so.
Well, don't
Well,
forget, we had COVID.
We
which
had
meant
COVID.
no
It's been
events.
kind of quiet for a
We
while
had
around here.
nothing.
Well, I understand, I just want her to answer the question.
Exactly how she just said.
But
What
you're
Trustee
exactly
Reed
right.
said.
You're exactly right. COVID pretty well took down a lot of
It
events and
slowed
all
down
that.
a lot, so
Sure
everything's
did.
picking up, and so it's ready to go, so I think
So the
now-
total amount on the, on these, magnets is how much?
$149.36 to order 4 more.
Okay. What about the 109?
That's if we wanted to do 2.
Okay. So,
I mean-
got any more discussion? Now we decide if we want to do 2 or 4. Have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to do 4 new event board magnets.
Okay, Debbie makes a motion to do 4. You got a second?
I'll second it.
There you go. We was waiting on you, Tammy.
Oh, I know, I thought you were.
There you go. All right, let's just go ahead and have a vote. Roll call.
Trustee Anthony, yes. Trustee Cross?
Yes.
Trustee Reed?
Yes,
Chairman Thorpe?
Yes. All right, let's go to number 7. Discuss and consider approval of new Discover Durant banner.
I brought a visual for you.
Okay, that
Good.
sounds good.
I love visuals.
I'm glad you did. Well, you're just looking better now.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness, you definitely need a new one.
Our banner got in a fight with the wind, and the wind won.
Wow.
It was loaned out to an event out of Lake Texoma, and it was up when some wind came, and it got hit pretty good. Prices Printing was who did this one, but I did call both Prices and Sign Depot to get quotes from them on a replacement banner. Sorry, Prices came in at $128, and Sign Depot came in at $160.89, and those quotes are on page 20 and 21 of the packet there.
Are we gonna keep the same design?
Yes,
Wow.
because it's effective.
because it's our brand.
I was gonna say,
Nobody
brand
wanted to change it?
logo.
And even the rodeo has already been asking me if they're going to get the banner, and my answer is, yes.
In your opinion, does the process, is there a difference in quality prices or Sign Depot?
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it thick, the
No.
thick,
There's really not in either one of those, because the different things that we have priced out, not only through Discover to Rent, but also through the chamber. The quality seems to be nearly exactly the same.
Okay.
One of the things on a banner like that, you have to really watch the eyes that they put, showing the little breads. Jen,
Sure.
saying
Oh,
They,
those
they
type,
fly.
yeah, those type things really have to be, you have to be specific about those, because so many of the events that are hanging these, they don't take time with them, and I understand that, they don't have time.
And it's windy.
So it needs durable, and,
Yeah.
you know, with the permission, we may even want to go with something a little bit heavier than that the next time that we order. I'd say for right now, we need to get something and move with it though, so we can get those to those events that we are sponsoring.
What's the difference in the price on that and Sign Depot?
So
160.
prices, printing is 128 and Sign Depot was $160.89.
Any more questions? Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make
I'll
a
make-
motion.
I'll make
Who's going
to accept process printing, and so we can go ahead and get it done.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion by Tammy, a second by Janet. Have a vote?
Trustee Anthony, yes. Trustee Cross,
Yes.
Trustee Reed,
Yes.
Chairman Thorpe.
Yes. Okay, number B, Durant Area Chamber of Commerce Activity Report.
Our activity report is included in the packet on page 24. A few things that we would like to note is that we worked and we've gotten the ad that was approved last month for the fishing guide up to them, and that'll be ready to go into their new brochures coming out. Butterfield Trail that we approved a few months ago, we have finalized everything with the ad with them, and those, we are expecting those brochures to come in soon. The billboards are out on both Highway 69, 75 and on West Side Drive. We're working with the printers to get everything finalized on that. And then on our second billboard on 69, 75, the Magnolia Festival and the rodeo has rented that out, and we finalized their, their design earlier this week, and that will be coming up soon. We've also just continued working with the state. They're really pushing their, OK Go, hashtag OK Here We Go for shopping and staying and everything like that. And so we've really been pushing that and adding our local restaurants and events onto their website and helping with that, because they will, of course, help us with that as well.
Okay, so y'all are updating the website to where it shows the events coming up? So
Yes.
you're always on there and doing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, on the artwork, do you have any artwork here to show us what you're gonna change and put on the billboard at West Side Drive? Are you gonna change that up?
We're using the artwork that we approved for this year whenever we did the Travel OK Guide, that half-page horizontal ad that was approved. We're using that same art. I did not bring a copy today, but I'm happy to email one out to everybody.
So we're taking what we have down and going with what we have there.
Yes.
Well, if y'all are doing this, you're staying pretty busy.
Yeah.
I didn't see one of them though. What's the one we're doing on the channel that does all Oklahoma?
Discover Oklahoma.
Yes.
I have been watching those.
I have too.
Actually, those are supposed to start running any day.
Yes.
But I watched this week and I did not see it. So we do need to do a check on that to make sure and
Absolutely.
get that schedule in.
Okay.
So that we'll
I
know.
watched Discover Oklahoma and it was about middle ways. Are we planning on changing that ad up on the television or just staying where we are?
That's gonna have to stay where it's at.
Yeah.
Because with that, when you contract, we could do a different production cost,
Mm-hmm.
but then we would have to go in and do that. So I'm glad to know that. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but it was on there then.
Yeah, because I knew
I'll
we were
go
supposed to
back
be
and
on
pull
it.
it up.
And toward the last, I
Uh-huh.
didn't see it and I had to rewind it. And it was probably in the first, 12, 14 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Mhm.
good,
Good.
that's good.
Okay, we can follow up with them on getting the schedule of which days it will air for sure.
Okay, anybody have any more questions on that? All right, that's good. You did
Yes.
good.
Thank you.
Number C, update from committee for the new legal services. So,
We've not got to meet yet. The committee will be meeting just as soon as possible and working on creating the open bid for that. So,
Cindy, just a little bit with that, Cindy did share with Jennifer. Jennifer had contacted her to ask her some questions to make sure that we had legal guidelines, or that we were staying within what we needed to do to move forward. And she gave her some very good suggestions about the advertising piece of it. So as soon as the committee can get together then and get the wording on that, we will get that out and hopefully begin to get something in at least.
and we'll have a meeting within the next 2 or 3 weeks. We're just not gonna have it this next week.
right, Right.
He's got too much going on right now, so
right.
he doesn't need that. All right, so y'all have pretty well everything in line to where the city did it, and so all we have to do is just follow, what they did.
Their wording, and then we'll just tweak it
Sure.
to fit more our needs specifically on that, yes.
Okay. Let's go to the grant wrap-up report on Southeastern Rodeo.
Yes, Southeastern Rodeo has submitted their wrap-up report from their event. It starts on page 25 in
Okay.
your packet.
Page 25?
Page 25, yes.
Just a couple of things I would like to comment on this. If you look at the numbers, those in attendance, they had 8,227 that came through the gates. That's what they grossed.
That's
If-
crazy.
Yeah, that's ticket
Yeah.
sales. And they had in attendance 2,050. I just wish that we could get everyone to be as, be as thorough on their reports as Christy is on hers. She does a great
there were-
job.
yeah.
She
Yes.
does.
Yes, she always does. One thing I wanted to note, she also did call and check all the hotel rooms were full that
Right.
weekend.
And that was the
and
other
the
thing.
average stay of the people who said that they were staying in was 2 to 3 nights.
Yes.
So,
And my hotel loves it. They love seeing all those cute cowboys.
If anybody is pure,
we're gonna need phone numbers.
Oh, my friend, that's always, oh, the rodeo's here.
whether it's Southeastern or the other rodeos we have during the year, if anything is pure tourism, that is. They do, they give us business like you never seen. And hotels and then the restaurants get it, and I'm sure down Main Street, because they're out of town and they have all day to be doing something besides going to the rodeo at about 7 o'clock at night. But I'm telling you, you know, this is great to have them around.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And boy, this is excellent the way they got it itemized. You got anything else on it?
They had 16 schools represented here, colleges. I just think that that's amazing,
Yeah.
that we host that many.
And in the back of their report, which is the back of our package for this month, 62 and 63, I just snipped some examples for you guys. They did tag us on some Facebook posts and included our banner in one of the photos for that before it was,
That's awesome.
And
No
Christy
more?
did a live, a Facebook
and
Live
she
for us
did
as
that
well.
as well. And then, of course, we're listed as the sponsors on their flyer as that. So I just wanted to give you guys those little snips of just kind of the extra that they did for us.
Out of appreciation.
I tell you what, we don't get reports like this from anywhere else. This, I mean, they gave us a complete package, and you can tell them next time you see them, we appreciate very much this.
I will, for sure.
Anybody got any more questions? Okay, thanks a bunch. Number 9, discuss and consider approval for Durant Chamber of Commerce, representative of Dteda, monthly service fee for May 2021 and June 2021. Anybody got any questions on that? Any questions? Got any motions?
Oh, she can't see me. Go ahead, Jen. I'll make a motion to approve the monthly service fee for May 2021 to June 21 to the Chamber of Commerce.
Got a motion by Debbie.
I'll second it.
We got Tammy on the second. Any more questions? Okay, have a vote on that?
Trustee Anthony, yes. Trustee Cross?
Yes.
Trustee Reed? Abstain.
I
Chairman Thorpe.
can't abstain. I will
Oh.
have to vote yes, or we won't have.
You're gonna have to.
So.
Yeah.
Somebody let her. Okay,
Chairman Thorpe.
yes. Do we have anybody else with Choctaw Tourism Authority Department?
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding. We've already taken care of that. New business. What do we have in new business? We do have something in new business. I was talking to Jim Dunnigan and probably Charles Callahan a little bit. It's not working out like I thought it was going to be. They're supposed to have an infrastructure coming to the whole United States, but it looks like over half of it or three-quarters of it is going somewhere else. We're talking about President Biden's deal. At one point, probably about 7, 8, 10 years ago, was Greg Powell at the time that was chief, and we had some of these people to come down. And I don't know if they will do it or not, but it would be good if we could possibly get Jim Inhofe down here, because he's the one that brings in the money. At one time or other, and Greg was into this, I think Greg Massey was into it quite a bit, they still want to make this thing an interstate. They still got to get around Atoka. That was one of the main things. And I think the opposition is sort of gone now from what I'm hearing. But if he's going to put out money to all the states on the infrastructure, I think we should consider bringing Senator Inhofe and Mullins, the U.S. representative. I wouldn't mind having Greg Massey and also Chief Batten and Jim Dunnigan and maybe even Charles Callahan. They worked on this before. But it would be great for us to have, say, why would this be good for tourism? If we can make this into the interstate within 10 or 15 years, it might not affect me as much, but in the next 10 or 15 years, if we can get this done, I guarantee you it's going to put another 30% of vehicles on this road down through here. Instead of going down to 35, they will be hitting this all the way from Houston, coming right up here, and then going to the northeast. When you get about 30 to 35% more traffic on the road, there's going to be at least 15 or 20% of them is going to stop in Durant and stay at the hotels and eat and all this. So I think, that's going to be big time tourism too, because more people on the road is going to stop in Durant. It's just as simple as that. But I just want to throw that up and see if I can get any comments.
I've lost the hearing.
Do what?
I can't hear anything.
Wow. You can't now? Still can't?
I can't now.
Okay. But I'm just talking about getting Jim Inhofe and a few more people up here and trying to make this interstate highway in the next probably 10 or 15 years. What happens is on tourism, if there's another 30% that's coming down that highway, there's going to be another 15% that's going to stop in Durant out of that. And they're going to probably come downtown, and it's going to be out on the heads and the beds and restaurants too. I just want to comment on that from some of y'all and thinking, if we do this and they put this infrastructure out and put how many bins or a half a trillion out, we sure want to get our part. But if we're going to get our part, we need to do it now. Jim Inhofe was very instrumental in getting this down here at the Clara. He was instrumental big time getting out, 50 million or more for that. So I just want to throw that up and see if y'all think it's a good idea, or what do you think?
I think right now there's
Well-
too many ifs.
I think
The
it's
what?
a great idea, but I think that we need to partner with the DIA and that area in order to have enough strength. The ODOT is the one that's going to have to be in agreement. Now, yes, if they would push it, that would be great. We've been trying to work with both Sherman and Denison in their legislative bodies as well to pursue that.
And it would be good to have Governor Stitch here, and it'd be good to have it over in the library. Good. Good.
I'm just not sure that is that under our mission though, is what I'm asking, Jim. I don't know.
It's not under our, under ours, but what I'm saying is that if we can just plant a seed and get these people down here, we wouldn't be overseeing it, and we would just try to get them down here and discuss it, and have people there to have question and answers session on that. I think we're tied in to where if we have more, vehicles on the road, we're gonna get more from tourism off of it directly. So I don't know. It's what
I'm kind of with Janet, I don't know how we can tie into that, making it just tourism. I mean, do you know that those 30% more are gonna stop in Durant and shop and eat and blah, 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 blah? I know the statistics, but facts, so I don't.
And I think, speaking from the Chamber of Commerce side, yes, definitely, that would be something that we would be that we would like to pursue.
Sure.
I'm just not sure from the tourism side if that's something, I think everybody's gonna have to be on board with it, number one. I would certainly hope that the city and, like I said, the DIA, some of those others would be on board with it. So that
It would
we
have to
could
be,
move it
and I didn't
forward.
mention a while ago, but it'd have to be John Dean, and it'd also have to be, the DIA too. You're right, it'd have to be all these.
And-
I think
and-
every entity, all of us together to accomplish it.
Yes,
I know it was talked about, like you said, years ago, back when Ron was on city council. I mean, they talked about doing this years ago, and it was Atoka, like you said, that was the chokehold that kept it from happening. But I've always thought it'd be a great idea if you could get around Atoka.
and I have a great deal of respect for our Speaker of the House, but let's not forget that he's located in that area. So it would affect a lot of his constituents directly. But I don't have a problem from the chamber standpoint of trying to move that forward. I'll of course have to get approval of the board. I've got Tammy up there that's one of the board members, but I certainly don't mind approaching our board about it and trying to put a committee together.
Yes, it'd be good. It doesn't need just to be the chamber, it needs to be the city, it needs to be us on this
I agree
authority.
totally.
And
Everybody.
we're literally gonna have to have somebody on each one of these boards or committees, including the DIA and Durant, Council. All of these have to be combined. We could even have Ron Boyer with with his group. I'm just saying that it has to be pulled in, and if, it doesn't really make any difference to me. We don't need to be leaders, we just need to get this combined and doing. And if the Chamber of Commerce is more instrumental in this, I'd like to see you go to your board and get this going. We just need to get it going before they get all this passed. If we can get it going now, and Inhofe can seed into this, then he's got some power that he can do before this bill is passed.
Just
Until
a
after the fact.
suggestion, let's do this first in going at the org chart and trying to do it the way we probably should. Let's get his representative down with a group, meet
Yes.
with his representative, let them know our concerns, also pull in Congressman Mullen, and we'll just go from there and start.
And get a
with it.
representative from,
Oh, Don,
Governor Stitt too, all three of those.
okay.
And start it and see what we can do. But I think everybody, it's not just us, everybody's gotta be involved. If we can bring in some dignitaries from Denison and Sherman, I don't mind. We don't mind. What we're trying to do is, as a whole, is get this here, and we wanna get some money for it before they get it passed. And,
Exactly.
but like you said, if the representatives will come down here and talk to us, maybe we can get this going within this next month. But I think it's really critical for us. If we're ever gonna make this interstate, this is the time to do it. They tried to do it about 8 or 10 years ago, like Tammy said, and we
Yeah.
couldn't get it through, and we had a couple of towns, including Topo, had a couple people that had quite a bit of power that was in opposition to it, from what I hear. But I'm just saying, this would be neat to get this interstate. It'd be good for the people that come after us in 10 or 15 years, because it's not gonna happen overnight.
No,
So, but boy, if we can get around Atoka and Savannah, and some of them will not be hard. But, if you get around Atoka, you're pretty well taken care of a lot of the problems here. Texas has been working on this for years. And one of these days, if we don't get this done, and I went up to Branson, there's Interstate 45, and it's already coming down to Fort Smith, and it'll shoot right straight down there, and they'll wind up with all the big interstate forts off with. You know what
Well,
highway I'm
how
talking
far
about?
is it, how far are you thinking of going from where to where? Like,
Yeah,
I think before, Tammy, when, if I'm not mistaken, they were coming out of Houston and going
Yes.
all the way up through Kansas
Yes.
with it. It
Okay.
would be what is known as Highway 75 would actually be Interstate 75.
so
Yeah.
we come up on Houston, which is 45, and then come up to Central
Right.
Expressway in Dallas and come right on up here. But I think
Yeah.
it'd be a great thing to do in the Chamber of Commerce. I think you should be able to pull it and take care of that. We just need as much people on the board as we can, including Dennison and Sherman. The more people we got involved, the more they'll pay attention, I think. So. that's
so
just,
you're, in terms of going to Tulsa, going straight up, all straight up, like when you get to McAllister, don't, is that what, you understand what I'm, not go through Tulsa, but you're talking about just 75 straight up to Kansas?
Right.
yes.
Okay.
But can you imagine how much more business we'd get? Because that would take another 20, at least 30% off of 35 and put it right over here. And
Oh,
bring
yeah.
us a lot of people down through here.
No, I think it might actually give you more.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna let Janet sort of take it through the Chamber of Commerce, and she'll have all this fixed up by next month's meeting.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Okay, anything else? You gonna, don't you agree? Anything else?
Jim, there's one other thing that Brendan had mentioned, and that was the contract for management. He had suggested that we go ahead and put that out for bid. I certainly think that maybe that might be the best thing to do. Of course, I think that the chamber would be a strong contender with that, but I also feel like it would be much easier if we did have an annual contract instead of just a month-to-month contract. And
So-
that would be for any entity that would be chosen to do this.
So you wanna put that out in bid in probably,
We will have to put it-
June or July?
We'll actually have to vote on it in May at that meeting. And then my suggestion would be that we put it out immediately for June so that we can have decisions made for July when we move into 21, 22.
Sure. Everyone thinks that's a good idea? Okay, anything else? All right. Need somebody to make a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Janet motion, I'll second it. So-
I'll second it.
All right, take a vote.
Oh, trustee Anthony, yes. Trustee Cross,
Yes.
trustee Reed,
Yes.
Chairman Thorpe.
Yes. Go ahead and turn off your microphones.
Yes.